So The Last Ship.
Yes.
All right. What drew you to The Last Ship? What brought you into the story? What did you think this is what I want to do?
The audition that I went to, and then the callback I got invited back to in the job. Besides that?
Yeah, besides that.
Well, once that. And when I got the audition, thank you, sir. That's mine? Oh, that's yours.
Just keep talking.
I thought, because I had one of those. Anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
So once I got the job, then the writing of the pilot came into play, and it was written in a way, I said this earlier, it was written in a way that you can, most scripts you can't see what's supposed to happen on the screen. This one you could see what was supposed to happen on the screen. And then once we got to work, and I saw that Stephen and Hank and Jack Bender were actually putting what I thought I saw on the page on the screen, I was all there. I was all there. And then we started to have a bit of a symbiosis as they got to know us and they started writing for us, and the marriage started happening. So it was a good coincidence of me getting a job and also loving the job at the same time, because I wasn't in a position to pick.
What can you tell us about Chief?
Master Chief is a man of strong backbone, a man of deep faith, and a great sense of duty. And he's also carrying quite a bit of pain that he doesn't let interfere with his job. Sometimes he even uses it if it can help someone else. He's mainly responsible for keeping the organism as one, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter where we head, figuratively or literally. I can have my back and forth with the captain because I'm the advocate for the crew. So if I think something won't go over well with the crew or will affect the crew adversely, it's my job to tell him that and push back as much as is allowable. And then once he makes the decision, I'm behind him 100%, and I make sure that the company is together behind whatever that decision is.
You seem to be acting as chaplain as well. Is that a conscious decision you guys made to split that role and not have a chaplain separate?
Well, that's what's so funny is originally we had a funeral in the pilot for Frankie, and we had a character, pastor, do the eulogy or the ceremony, and we said, why cast a guy for one small part? You're never going to get the best person for the job necessarily. And we thought, he's got the gravitas, he's got the voice, he's got the demeanor, and it sort of developed in the pilot that he would become that guy. And also, it became just a great thing for his character to have that ability to be the spiritual leader as well as the leader of, not in a denomination, just right. Anybody who wants to think about a higher power, now's the time. We had a line we have to cut out at one point just because it wasn't fitting into our thing where Exo says to him, I think now's about time for you to start praying. He goes, what do you think I've been doing? It just was a good fit for Charles, so that's why we decided not to have just a dedicated pastor character, but to include that in Charles's character.
And a ship that size probably wouldn't have their own chaplain anyway.
Exactly.
So it works out well.
A ship that size has a lot of people doing double duty, triple duty. As a matter of fact, everybody has their principal job and their other jobs. The jobs, collateral duties, whether it's for VBSS, visit board, search and seizure team, almost like a SEAL team, or it's damage control, or it's what's your place, where you go to general quarters, so you can have a cook who also mans a gun at a certain time. And so we met a young officer whose collateral job was, she was like a therapist for the ship, and people come and talk to her about their issues.
Right.
And she was also a training officer, called a trainer. And so it was a lot of fun to learn about all the different parts of the ship and how it all, and everybody has a role to play, and the ship has to, small story, we had a scene where we wanted to punish somebody for behavior that was inappropriate, breaking good order and discipline. And we thought, well, we can't kick them off the ship, we can't cut their pay because they're not getting paid, you can't send them back to Norfolk. What are you going to do? And so, our first instinct was to think about movies about the military we used to watch as kids. So we thought, kitchen duty, making peel potatoes. And luckily, we had a real ship's captain as one of our advisors. And he said, don't you dare do that. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, the culinary specialist, CS, was the rate. Take that job very seriously. They are the ones to keep, happy belly, happy crew. They're the ones that keep the crew fed, keep morale up, They take their job seriously. If they saw you punishing somebody else but giving them their job, it would make their job feel like crap to them. And I said, so, I'm sorry, what would you do? And he told us, and it comes out in the show. Like, the great thing about the Navy is they've been studying leadership since 1776, or 1775 actually. And they've made a lot of mistakes over the years, and they've learned from them, and they've codified them, and they're constantly updating it. And so the show is in many ways a meditation on leadership, and the Navy studies that, and we learned a lot from them. So these guys started to embody that. And so the way they speak to each other, the way they address each other, all those things matter. You could, in LA, we have a joke like, there's a million ways to say F you, and none of them are actually using that word. Hey, congratulations. That means on the ship. Hey, you got a deal. You sold that script. That's good for you.
Hey!
On the Navy, in the Navy, there's a million ways of saying Roger that. Your captain says something you don't agree with, you're like, Roger that. He knows you're saying F you, but he knows you're being respectful. And he says, but if you need to vent, there's a way to do it. And so we showed a scene in Washington, D.C. in the pilot where the couple sneak a kiss. And in any other movie, that would be no big deal. The Navy was watching it. They all went, oh. Because they knew that was a big thing. And with that...